Hello and welcome back after such a long break. Welcome back to Real Talk. My name is Jim.
My name is Chuck.
And I am Nick.
We have been off the air for a little over a month now, I think. Is that about right?
Did you learn from your temper tantrum that you threw? That's why I get kicked off, right?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
In the heat of the moment. All right,
You don't remember them physically escorting you out of the radio station?
I am not quick enough today to be able to just, respond to that.
See, I'm fired up. Speaking of fired up, just to let you guys know that you can listen to us on iHeartRadio.
And iTunes.
You
can listen to us on iTunes. We're going to actually start posting things on iTunes again.
Yes.
Which is going to be really cool.
Yeah, so that's reinforcing the fact that we are Philly's #1 college radio station here at WHIP.
And for the people who have only listened to us on iTunes, all two of you, this is Nick, our new host. Yes, whom we have not had on any of the iTunes feed episodes yet.
Is there like a significant underground market of people who just listen to us on iTunes? I have a feeling that there's 6 people listening to us not on iTunes.
I think we have maybe 10 listeners total.
I mean, let's talk down to 9 because my mom isn't listening.
Yeah. All right. So, speaking of fired up.
I'm always fired up.
Speaking of fired up, the new Fantastic Four trailer came out today.
Wow.
It came out this week.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Little finger gun action for that.
So before I get into what I thought of it, what did you guys think of it?
Can I just sigh for a minute and a half? Is that an option?
Is it a good sigh or a bad? Okay, I was underwhelmed too.
Okay,
honestly.
both of you just take a minute and talk about how lame the Fantastic Four are and how I'm all alone thinking the Fantastic Four are cool.
You're a loser who thinks Fantastic Four is cool.
It was just a super generic, moody superhero trailer.
Yeah, it was voiceover, destruction scene, character birth.
Right, I was like,
it could have been any other superhero.
Thank you.
Okay, but I agree with that.
Except for the guy that was built of rocks.
Oh, yes. That was the Noah trailer.
No, I agree because, I think the general trend with superhero teasers now is just arty shots with an ominous voiceover talking about hope. But that's the new thing.
It's true.
Between Man of Steel and Ant-Man and Fantastic Four. But which trailer did you think was at least more interesting between the Fantastic Four trailer and the Ant-Man trailer?
See, I thought it was the Ant-Man trailer, because at least it's Ant-Man.
But you have been saying nothing about how dumb Ant-Man is for months.
That was until she saw the Fantastic Four.
But at least it's not boring. Dumb is better than boring.
Wait, Nick, what about you?
What about me?
Which one do you think is more interesting? Which one grabbed you more between the Ant-Man trailer and the Fantastic Four trailer?
Honestly, neither.
You have to pick one.
If I have to,
you have to pick one.
In a room, gun to the head situation, I'll have to go with maybe Ant-Man.
Really?
Because at least at the end of Ant-Man, they were like, can we change the name? I'm like, somebody said it.
It's one person, so I'm going to care about one person over 4 boring stories opposed to one kind of okay story.
I agree.
Also, I don't want another origin story.
All alone.
Any origins thing.
No, but Ant-Man's an origin story.
I know, that's what's kind of put me down. I'm so bored of origins.
This is going to be the last... Apparently, according to the bigwigs at Marvel, this is going to be their last origin story movie. And all of their superheroes are just going to be ready-made from now on.
Oh.
That'd be nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You guys know how Spider-Man got his powers? Let's see that 5 times.
Let's watch Uncle Ben die every 10 years. That's
what. Come on, dude.
Well, I personally was very interested by the Fantastic Four trailer. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the Fantastic Four personally. They're not my favorite or anything, but I like the Fantastic Four. I think they're cool characters, and I would like for them to have a good movie. And I like the cast, and I like the director, and I like the writer. So I think it might be a good movie.
See, you sent you sent me today the Fantastic Four trailer with the Interstellar dub over it, which worked perfectly, but it was so much more interesting. It was just so much better because at least the writing of the trailer was good.
I didn't think the writing of the trailer was bad.
It was boring.
All right.
So you want to talk about other trailers?
All right.
Transition.
Is there another trailer?
No, there's one cool trailer news I thought was kind of interesting. So the Super Bowl ads have been announced, and the only movie trailers are Jurassic Park, Terminator, and Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
So, a reimagining, a sequel, and a movie based off a ride.
Also, Kingsman. Kingsman is also getting a Super Bowl trailer.
All right, so that's one.
Aren't those the trailers that are already out? I've seen trailers for all those movies.
well, I mean...
Are they going to make a new one?
They're going to make new ones.
Okay.
Allegedly, they're going to make new ones. Because, when they do Super Bowl trailers, they'll... Because they want everyone to see it because everyone's watching the Super Bowl, so they put in all their newest, coolest footage into the Super Bowl trailer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, whatever, Jurassic Park. I just noticed you're reading The Lost World, by the way.
I am reading The Lost World. Yeah. I'm reading actually the first one. I'm reading Jurassic Park.
Lost World is actually a very good book compared to the the garbage movie.
I love Jurassic Park, the book. I think it's great.
It's fantastic. Although you have to hum the song that da da da.
I was actually when I first got it, Laura was there when I first got it. She had to run in to, I think, Home Depot or something and pick something up, and I really I didn't feel like going in, so I was just hanging out.
Feminism.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
You're getting overall.
So she just had to run in. She just had to run in really quick.
She was taking a course. I destroyed the patriarchy in 5 simple steps.
Lauren says, "Screw you to Home Depot and your gender roles."
Alright, so back to movies.
She just had to run in really quick and get something at Home Depot, so I was waiting in the car, and I had just gotten the book, so I figured I'd crack it open while I was waiting. And while I was reading it, I just put on the Jurassic Park music as I was reading it, and Lauren came back into the car, and she was like, "What are you doing?"
It's nice to know you guys are both equally lame.
Whatever.
It's just Jurassic Park is something we're very passionate. I think I made this announcement on the air. My normal, blasé, I hate every sequel attitude is gone with Jurassic Park. I'm so looking forward to it.
I'm pretty ambivalent about it, honestly.
Okay, see, I didn't like the first Jurassic Park movie, but I'm looking forward to the new one because I just really like Chris Pratt.
Because it's Chris Pratt and Velociraptors teaming up against a mutant dinosaur.
Well, the thing is, I finally understood that Chris Pratt is like Velociraptor mommy.
Yeah, didn't I show you that part in the first Jurassic Park movie?
Yes, and that was literally hilarious. So I just want to see that happen.
That's going to be the thing.
That's the hook.
They imprint on the first creatures they see.
Yeah, I want to see him make breakfast in the morning and braid their hair on the way to school.
Like a two-man baby type situation.
See, it's kind of hard to say because we've seen so little from the movie.
Regurgitates into their mouth.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Not bad. Not bad.
We've seen so little from the movie, so it's kind of hard to say. I think it's interesting. I think the idea of it's really cool. I think they're misusing Chris Pratt because he seems very stiff and flat.
He's not Andy Dwyer.
He's not being Andy Dwyer Star-Lord. He's just being... He's kind of being you shouldn't make a mutant dino. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, he's
That's a bad...
You think he's going to say the clever girl line?
I hope so.
Clever girl.
So, speaking of roles that are perfect for Chris Pratt, we have the other big piece of news from this week.
Game.
Our transition game is on point today.
Really? I'm actually minding transitions.
There was news that broke this week that Disney, since they acquired the rights to the Lucasfilm properties 3 years ago, are looking to revamp Indiana Jones. And in looking to revamp Indiana Jones, their ideal person for who they want to play the new Indiana Jones is none other than Chris Pratt. Why? It's such a good idea!
It's a really good idea.
Tell me, why can't Indiana Jones work the way that James Bond does?
Because James Bond doesn't work.
James Bond does work.
As a yearly franchise?
James Bond totally works.
I don't think it does.
I think arguably Skyfall is one of the best James Bond movies of the entire James Bond
I would agree
pantheon.
with that, totally.
But it's a movie that wouldn't exist if they had stopped at Goldfinger.
I'll give you that, but James Bond, just yearly is just, you're constantly putting out too much.
It's not yearly.
Well, it's what's it at now? Every 2?
Skyfall came out in 2012, so this is 3 years ago.
Wow, 2012 was 3 years ago?
I mean, James Bond aside, why can't you just have a fun archaeologist who goes on adventures named Indiana Jones?
Well, because then it would just be an Indiana Jones ripoff.
Yeah, that's because his name is Indiana Jones.
But his name is Indiana Jones. So
it could have been someone else.
No.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Why can't you make the Indiana Jones James Bond? For a James Bond movie, it's got to be a spy movie with the main character, a guy named James Bond. Or a girl. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, when's that happening?
Right? Well, first we got Black James Bond in there.
Well, we got Black Moneypenny now.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, we got to go full Monty.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You see what we did with 12 Years a Slave?
Oh, God. You should talk about that for a second.
Okay, talking about African American people in cinema.
I have a transition after this. All right, keep going.
Well, I was reading an article in Entertainment Weekly that was all about why Ava DuVernay was not nominated for Selma. And there was a quote in the article that was literally the worst thing I've ever read in my life, where some anonymous Academy member said, "We're not racist for the fact that we didn't nominate her or, Selma for pretty much anything else. Look what we did last year with 12 Years a Slave."
Yeah, we were fired up about that.
It's the Academy equivalent to saying, we're not racist, we have a black friend.
Literally, that's exactly what it was. I was eating lunch, reading Entertainment Weekly, and I screamed in a crowded lunchroom. I was like...
Full of congressmen.
Actually, mind you, yes.
But, back to just Indiana Jones for a second.
Speaking of transitions, Dear White People breaks domestic box office record for the highest crowdfunded film ever. It made the most money.
Did you see Dear White People?
I have, yes.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I was really happy for what it was.
I was super underwhelmed with it.
I kind of walked... It was like a movie I enjoyed from start to finish, but I wasn't like, wow, that was the best thing,
It was a movie that I wanted to like much more than I did. Like, there are parts of it that are really good, and there are parts of it that are really on point.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, the black collegic experience.
Yes.
But... I don't know. I think the movie as a whole was a little too muddled. It wanted to do a little too much.
Yeah, it was trying too hard to be this comedy, to be a satire, to be
it should have narrowed its focus a little bit.
Yeah,
and
it really was going, especially with the two characters it was using. It was using two extreme...
Well, it used like 5 characters. I think it should have narrowed in on just the 2 that you're talking about.
Yeah, the 2 like extreme collegiate experiences that some like would have been a very interesting...
It's the opposite ends of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. But you should see it, audience member.
Oh, yeah, definitely see it. It's totally worth seeing.
I actually singularized the audience member.
Because there's only one of them?
Yeah. It's your laptop recording this at home.
Exactly, that's it.
Well, talking about new Disney movies, I actually do have a piece of news. Emma Watson was just cast as
this week.
Belle.
Yeah, she's Belle. Yeah. Live-action Beauty and the Beast.
I went from vaguely knowing this movie existed to not caring about it to like, oh, when's the midnight show? I'll totally see it.
Literally every girl who has ever identified with Hermione and Belle is
such as one of them who is sitting in the studio right now talking on the microphone. Lauren, what are you saying? Did you identify with Belle?
Whatever. Well, now every small, young, brown-haired girl who enjoys learning in books feels totally represented.
You know what I didn't know?
This is like the ultimate culmination of everything.
Because, this has been Disney's new trend. They're just doing the whole, like, okay, we're going to take our classic animated movies and remake them as live-action movies. They did it with Maleficent. They're doing it with Cinderella later this year. The Jungle Book comes out next year. And then Beauty and the Beast comes out shortly after that.
Yeah.
It's just their new thing for some reason. But you know what I didn't know?
What?
Is that this is going to be a musical.
It is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Emma Watson is going to be singing the songs from Beauty and the Beast.
Interesting.
Okay, now I'm a little concerned.
Yeah. Why are you concerned? I've never heard her sing, but this is going to be awesome.
That's why I'm a little concerned.
Awesome.
If it's Emma Watson, I'm assuming she does.
I mean, I'm sure she can single-handedly save the world while singing and wearing an awesome pantsuit.
Can we get her to play Kim Possible, too? Can we make a live-action Kim Possible movie? Have Emma Watson play Kim Possible?
Please.
And then we can get Rupert Grint to play Ron Stoppable.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine just the sheer number of people that would just go see that movie?
2, you and me.
Yes. All 2 of us just going to see that movie.
I feel like 3, if anybody.
Would you see it?
Are you in?
Would you be down with the live action?
You barred me from talking about Harry Potter because I haven't read the books before.
Well, we're not talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about Kim Possible.
Okay, I'll see it, sure.
All right.
Got 3. Where she worked really hard on the password, but it was Konnichiwa. That was like my favorite episode.
That was the very first episode.
Was it the first?
I don't know why I know that. I can't believe I still know that.
I'll take your word for it.
But that was the first episode.
Frankly, that seems like a situation where I'll trust you and your opinion.
But I want to finish this off for a second, just because we didn't really cap off this subject. You're just anti a new Indiana Jones.
Yes, I am.
Regardless of what it is.
Between mild and vehement, I'm somewhere in between. That's how I feel. Yeah.
But so what you're saying is you want Crystal Skull to be the final member of Indiana Jones that you have.
I don't want that even to be the final member.
That's what's happening, though.
I actually considered lobotomizing myself just so I could forget about the Crystal Skull.
But as it stands right now, as a society, our final memory of Indiana Jones is him getting married.
And our final memory of Godfather is Godfather Part 3, so... Your point being...
Wasn't the end of Indiana Jones 4 the spaceship?
Yeah, and then he got married.
On the spaceship.
Really?
Yeah. No, not on the spaceship.
Oh.
He just got married. And
To
then Shia
who?
LaBeouf to the girl from the first one, Marion Ravenwood.
Oh, I love her. Did she come back?
She did come back.
I saw this movie, but I don't remember anything about it.
That's exactly my point. But I would much rather see like a Chris Pratt Indiana Jones movie where he goes to find Atlantis or something.
That'd be kind of fun. That was like an
Exactly.
idea.
Well,
then he could sign into the Disney live-action remake of Atlantis.
Exactly. No, actually, you know who I would love? You know who I would love to be the star?
Milo?
To be Milo.
Nick? Have you seen the kid?
Well, Nick looked exactly like Milo Fast.
Yeah,
I think like
Milo face radio.
I think Ben Whishaw, Q from Skyfall.
Oh right.
I think he would be great. He's who I want to be the lead
my
of the
boy.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie.
He's awesome.
I love him. He's adorable.
He's always dressed so nicely.
I know.
Like, how does he do it?
I don't know.
Does he think he owns sweatpants, or is he just constantly wearing a nice, well-fitted tweed suit?
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break.
On that note.
On that note, we're rambling a little bit. We're going to take a quick break.
Is this even about movies anymore?
And be
this
right
is more about
back.
our personal lives, just coming together.
With our top 10 movies of 2014.
Ooh, I did 2013. Are we live?
We are live. We're live right now.
What's up? You can listen to us on iHeartRadio and all of your mobile devices. We are Philly's #1 college radio station. You're listening to Whip Radio. My name is Nick. I'm with Jimmy and Lauren in the booth. Let's talk about our top 10 movie of the years, guys.
All right. So now is the time. Our super late end of the year in review breakdown for 2014. We're going to be giving our top 10 movies of the year. Who wants to start? Who wants to give their first one?
We should do like kind of how we're sitting.
All right, so I'll go. So I'll go first then.
So
Yeah. All right. Well, first I want to do a couple. I want to do 2 honorable mentions for my top 10.
Can I do an honorable mention?
You can do an honorable mention.
All right.
My 2 honorable mentions are the Veronica Mars movie.
Nice.
Which came out last March, which I love, and I loved that movie. I just couldn't justify putting it in my top 10. Just because I thought there were a lot of great movies.
Yeah, it was a very difficult list.
But I definitely wanted to mention it because I, as a fan of the show and having been a fan of the show for a very long time, it was a very perfect movie. So I definitely highly recommend it. It's on demand. It's on. I think it's on Stars right now. I think it's making the Stars rotation.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's how I know what type of movie it is.
And you can get it on iTunes. You can find it online wherever. It's definitely really good. Definitely check it out. And my second honorable mention is a movie that arguably should be on my top 10, but didn't make the cut. Was Gone Girl, which was great. And definitely check that out if you haven't already.
Hell, I've been scared.
So, moving on to my top 10. My number 10 of the year is Nightcrawler, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wow, mine was a lot.
Nightcrawler, what, it's a lot higher for you?
I love Nightcrawler.
I love Nightcrawler too. I liked it a lot more the first time I saw it. Yeah, we saw it together.
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you saw it twice?
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Man, Nightcrawler is a fantastic film. It's a thriller.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal was great. I think it's criminal that he's not a best actor for it.
Yeah.
I think it's the I think it's the tensest movie that I've seen all year.
It reminds me a lot of American Psycho, and like especially
I agree.
The character of Nightcrawler. I don't know his name.
There we go.
The character of Jake Gyllenhaal.
But honestly, it was nothing like the comics though. I was expecting it to be a lot more. Like Jake Gyllenhaal didn't even teleport.
And on this date 2 months ago, we made that joke already.
Everyone's made this joke so many times.
We're just a bunch of hip bloggers making jokes.
Everyone's made the joke,
yes,
but I had to do it.
I highly recommend Nightcrawler. That movie kept me really on the edge of my seat. I enjoyed it a lot more than the other thriller this year. That was Gone Girl.
Really?
Yes.
I loved Gone Girl. I mean, I also liked it more than Gone Girl because Gone Girl was only an honorable mention for me. But I loved Nightcrawler. I thought it was great. So what's your number 10?
My number 10 is actually a movie that I
Wait, do you need to put on your pretentious hat for a second?
No, I actually have to take off my pretentious hat, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm going to take off my fake glasses real quick. I really enjoyed Neighbors.
Really? Wow. All right.
I thought Neighbors, starring Seth Rogen and that girl from Australia, and the comically good-looking Zac Efron and Dave Franco.
I didn't get to see it. I really wanted to see it. I never got around to it.
It was a lot.
I really wanted to see it. I never got around to it though.
I liked liked it.
Of like the comedies that came out this year, I'm putting air quotes around it because none of them were that funny.
Oh, but the one that almost made my list, which didn't, was 22 Jump Street.
A lot better than 22 Jump Street, honestly.
I loved 22
It was very creative, original. All the jokes hit. It was a great movie. It was a pretty good movie. It was only number 10.
All right.
I saw 11 movies this year.
I'll definitely check it out.
Honorable mention goes to Hercules.
Oh, God. All right. God. Lauren, what's your number 10?
Okay. Well, I have to preface my list with the fact that I did it on what I enjoyed the most, which was not...
That's what I did, too.
Not objectively the best.
Okay, because definitely mine is going to take a turn for the 5-year-old eventually. So,
I know.
So I thought there were a lot of good movies this year, but...
I know what your number 1 is.
Whatever. I would say my number 10 was actually Into the Woods, because I really enjoyed the first part, but the reason it wasn't higher for me was because it took a turn for the worse about 30 seconds to the end.
I agree with that. I think... And I think that's just kind of the nature of the structure of it, and it was kind of hard for them to. It was kind of hard for them to get over just the fact that it was kind of this 2-act story.
Yeah. So no, I enjoyed it. I liked the singing. I loved all the characters. Especially, there's going to be a theme in my list, which is the strong female character. But I really loved them.
Ooh, where's Maleficent on your list?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you would love it.
I've been meaning to. I haven't gotten around to it.
I've heard nothing but fantastic things.
No, but the Veronica Mars movie actually did get an honorable mention for me. But I couldn't put it on the list because I haven't seen the whole show.
Yeah, I really liked Into the Woods. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, me too.
I had a lot of fun with it.
I don't normally like musicals that much, but I enjoyed that. And that was like mostly all singing, which was pretty unique. It had to be pretty good for me to like it if it was mostly all singing.
Yeah, it usually completely just takes you down a peg.
I saw the musical. I never saw the actual movie.
Like after the first 10 minutes, you're just like, I'm out.
So you didn't like Jersey Boys?
Oh God, Jersey Boys is awful.
The movie was bad.
It's on my 5 worst of the year.
If your mom was listening, she would tell you how great Jersey Boys was and how they sounded just like they did in real life. It's how everyone describes Jersey Boys.
I don't know.
All right, well, my number 9 is it's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Nick is being a 5-year-old and just going up and down with his chair.
It's a privilege I'm not used to having.
So my number 9 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
A film I've very much enjoyed.
I absolutely love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
It's a trilogy I'm looking forward to seeing more of.
Same. I am very excited to see where they're taking this. And I really like that I have no idea what's going to happen in the next one. Like, I know what's going to happen.
It's going to be the musical. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
He can talk?
He can talk.
He can talk?
He can talk.
He can sing!
I can sing. Yes,
But I think it's not only it's like a great Planet of the Apes movie. I think it's just a great science fiction movie in general. I think it's like I love the acting. I thought the acting was really good. I thought the story was really good. I thought the effects were really good. I think like this is what the motion capture stuff should be used for instead of like Avatar.
I think Avatar is justified.
No, I think Avatar is justified. But I mean Avatar like. Here's motion capture, we're going to use it for everything, and it's going to look awful. And then, this is a real reason why it works and why it's good, and because they can't use real apes, and they don't want to do the whole makeup thing.
Wasn't a real monkey?
Well, they're going to do that for Jungle Book, right?
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did for Benedict Cumbersmog in the Hobbit movie.
Nice. I would high-five you, but I would register on the microphones.
That movie was way too hyped up.
Yes, that was...
And his part in it was way too overblown.
The Hobbit or... Oh, yeah, The Hobbit. What did you think of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes? Because we saw that together.
I thought it was a good movie. I just couldn't get past the monkey thing. I
love the movie, but the apes was really I draw the line.
It was just too much for me.
It was great, but the toys are just obnoxious.
But my thing about it is I think that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the movie that Avatar should have been.
Yeah,
on every level.
Yeah, I mean, it still follows the same
because the plots are very similar, and it's got a very similar message.
Metaphor versus the Native American versus the Americans.
But it doesn't, though.
Yeah, it really makes a good argument.
It really doesn't. It really is oh no. It's not like saying, oh, this one side is obviously right and this one side is obviously wrong. Because you go into the movie and you're like, oh, Gary Oldman, he's totally going to be General McBad guy and you're going to hate him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm going to kill all the apes. And then it's like, no, it doesn't do that. It actually has a really nuanced commentary on conflict.
Yeah,
I walked
Dave
down
Malone
there.
really agrees with you.
Really?
No, he didn't like that movie.
I had to give him a shout out.
I know. All right, so what's your number 9?
My number 9 is pretentious glasses, fedora, cardigan coming off. The Purge Anarchy.
Really?
What?
The Purge is a movie originally came out like 2010, 12, 11.
It was pretty recent.
It was recent. It was a horror movie. It was awful.
Okay.
And it was like the basic home invasion movie that you've seen 100 times.
Yeah, like the plot of it is like...
But the plot of it is...
All right, go for it.
So basically there is a window, like there's an evening once a year where everything is legal and like the government kind of creates it like people can do whatever they want within this window. And unfortunately the first movie is just this horrible like home invasion, like, oh, they come into the house, everyone's wearing masks, wife dies, kids die, you know. That's boring.
Okay.
But then Purge Anarchy just complete all these weird questions, like I wonder like what's happening in like cities. Like I wonder like people are making drugs during this. I wonder if like people have planned murders just to commit them during the purge.
God.
So this movie, Purge Anarchy, just kind of like has like 3 separate plots and just kind of tells you all the crazy things that could be happening in that window. And it's pretty interesting. I highly recommend it.
Cool.
Although the next one's gonna be really bad.
All right.
Well, my number 9 actually may shock some people in that it is Captain America 2. Number 2.
I absolutely loved Captain America 2.
I think Chris Evans is adorable. And most of it was filmed on the Georgetown waterfront, which really added to my excitement of the entire movie.
As a personal...
Yeah, as a personal aside.
I think that Captain America 2 is the best movie that they have done so far.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I agree.
Of the whole Marvel set of movies, I think Captain America 2 is their best movie. I really liked the
commentary on the, government. And, no, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was really cool. Like, the voice of America is like disagreeing with the voice of the
American government.
Yeah. The practices of like those preemptive strikes.
And like it was
it was.
Like Captain America 2 was the last movie that I expected to have a commentary about surveillance and the NSA and overreaching, and it was just really nice to see, and I really, really enjoyed it because of that.
I mean, it was more of a political thriller than anything.
Exactly.
It was actually up there with Capote. It was fantastic.
And I loved Black Widow. She was great.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you were talking about Black Swan for a second.
No,
I don't know why.
No.
But yeah, I agree. I kind of like that it's both of their movie and they get to share it.
Yeah, no, that's why I just think it's a shame that they had to bill it as Captain America, but but Black Widow got in there, and somebody said Chris Hemsworth was like, if I had to make a Black Widow movie myself, I'm gonna do it. He's like, I'm
Chris
just gonna
Hemsworth
do
is
it.
the best. That's why he's the best.
I was always rooting for him.
I love Chris Hemsworth.
On board. It's like there's a Team Edward and Team Jacob. I'm Team Chris Hemsworth.
Me too. I agree.
All right. Well, my number 8 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey!
Which I absolutely love. It was super fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was very fun.
And I think it's the second best movie that they've put out. I think I have Captain America 2 is on my list too. It's a little higher on my list. So we can just say it whenever it comes. But I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's super fun. I've been doing nothing but listening to the soundtracks endlessly since August.
So good.
Well, you are a dad rock enthusiast.
And I just love the fact that they can take Bradley Cooper, arguably the most popular actor around right now, and get away with making him a talking raccoon. And have it work.
Tree.
And Vin Diesel.
So
the
cute.
Talking tree.
Oh, he's so adorable.
I know.
All right,
I wonder how many takes he took of just him yelling, I am Groot.
So many.
Apparently he did 200 takes per I am Groot.
Yeah.
So what's your number 8?
Whiplash.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Whiplash, that movie about the drummer guy and J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. I had a lot of flaws with it, but other than that, it was still a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's a perfect movie. It's also on my list.
It's about an aspiring jazz drummer who wants to be the best, and he has this teacher who's just a little too hard on him.
And it's really good. I think the parts with the two of them together are amazing. I think my only problem with the movie is whenever it's not the two of them on screen together, I think the movie dips a little bit.
I agree, yeah.
I think it just is significantly less interesting when the two of them are together. But despite that, I really think the movie's really good, and I think the last 15 minutes of that movie is the best scene that I've seen in a movie all year.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it just seems like a lot of it is just we're establishing one character as this mean guy, and we're establishing this other guy as this recluse who wants to be a drum star, and it's just awkward exposition. Nothing really works for me.
Laura, what did you think of Whiplash?
It was good.
What do you think about Star Wars?
No, but seriously, as someone who did not like Whiplash, what do you have to say about it?
I thought it was interesting because I thought it was going to follow like the blah blah blah, and then the teacher gets kicked out, etc., whatever, and then it is kind of like, oh, he's reformed, and then at the end it's like. Oh, that was me making like a devil face.
Yeah, the angry cat emoji.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was an interesting plot in the way that they took it. I thought the two actors were great. I just personally didn't care for it because it was a little too close to home.
I feel like I had to put it on my list. Just because, like, it was a movie that was important this year, but...
Yeah, no,
It wasn't incredible. It was cool, though. If you like drumming, watch this movie.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I meant to say drumline. Watch Drumline. Look at the drumming.
Drumline. So what's your number 8?
My number 8 is actually Interstellar.
Really?
So, yeah, I really enjoyed Interstellar, except for the parts when I didn't enjoy it, which was pretty much kind of the end. It was a really good idea, and it was beautiful, and I thought it said a lot of interesting things. It just got a little too overblown, which is why it was number 8 on my list.
I wanted to like it a lot more than I actually did.
Exactly.
I would never, ever say that it's not a good movie. Right. I think it's definitely a good movie. It's just one that I wish was better.
No, I had a really fun time watching it. I went with a friend who loves space, so we were sitting there getting a kick out of it, and it was beautiful. And I thought Murph was great.
Yeah.
And I really liked the message at the end about how love can conquer all, but it just kind of got lost on its way there.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my number 7 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which you already talked about, so we can move on to Nick's number 7.
Ooh, this is gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah?
My number 7th favorite movie I saw in 2014 was Kumiko the Treasure Hunter.
Oh, God.
Leave.
Just for context, Kumiko the Treasure Hunter is the worst movie that I saw in 2014. I absolutely hated it. It's about...
You know it has a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't care. I hated it.
I don't understand why.
It was a very dark comedy, I guess, about mental illness. No, it wasn't.
There was nothing funny about that movie.
I think you're just mad the entire time.
Because why? Because it was awful?
You're just saying it's awful. You're not telling me why it's bad.
I have to say, I really missed the point.
It's a movie about a girl who finds Fargo, and then she goes to find the treasure that you see in the film Fargo, and...
All right, moving on.
It's just really good. Don't
Lauren,
move me on.
What's your number 7?
Don't you dare do that to me, Jimmy.
My number 7 of the year...
Moving on.
was Mockingjay, Part 1. I enjoyed it.
Background, Mockingjay is the worst movie of all.
It is not. It is not.
Mockingjay is pretty cool.
No, it was pretty good. I just think I like it so much more than the actual book, which is what makes it good in my head.
That's what a lot of people say about that. It's just so much better than the book.
Yeah, I mean...
I never read the book, so it's just an okay movie for me.
Well, I think we talked about it on here together, didn't we?
Yeah, were you on that episode?
I think I was.
Yeah, we duked it out.
I absolutely love Mockingjay.
Yeah, I really liked it, too.
And I'm looking at my list, and I realized that I forgot to put it on.
Ooh.
Did you really love it?
No, I did. I really loved Mockingjay.
It's great. I love the power struggle between the two women. Yeah. I thought it was awesome, and I thought it was a good build-up, and it doesn't necessarily have to have an explosive action scene at the end to be a climax of a Hunger Games movie.
I think the biggest accomplishment of the movie was that it justified it being 2 movies for me.
It really did.
Which was amazing. I never would have expected that, and I thought it was great. I loved it.
It's kind of like the opposite for me. It was just like, this could have been one, honestly. It just felt like it was all Act 1 build-up, and even though there wasn't this explosive thing, there wasn't nothing really achieved. For me, I didn't see any characters oh yeah, she's different. That was there was no arcs that got completed.
Okay, fair enough.
I agree.
Although there are some scenes that I thought were fantastic, and I thought would justify paying that I saw for the movie.
Yeah,
right, that's fair. Well, my number 6 is another movie that you've already talked about, which is Whiplash.
Yeah.
So, moving on to your number 6.
By the way, who is the actor who plays J. Jonah Jameson?
Oh, J.K. Simmons.
Yes, J.K. Simmons is fantastic in Whiplash.
Yes, he is. And he's going to win an Oscar. He's definitely, without a doubt, going to win an Oscar for Whiplash.
Mm-hmm. My
number 6?
My number 6 is a film directed by Gareth Evans called The Raid 2.
Oh, I think for a second I thought you were going to say Godzilla, the Gareth Edwards Godzilla movie.
No, that's Gareth Evans. He's actually directing the Hit Girl solo movie.
Really? That's happening?
Yes, that is. That's in the works right now. But yes,
that's going to be awesome.
The Raid 2 comes out of Thailand. I don't know. But it's just a amazing action movie.
I've heard nothing but good things about both The Raid and The Raid 2.
It's like beautifully choreographed. I mean, you're not going to get much. It's like a police drama. You're not going to get much in like story-wise. Yeah. It's just like everyone's like, oh, he betrayed him. But it's just, if you're really in like the choreography of fight scenes and like just some interesting battles, it's kind of like a cool mob movie too. Mm-hmm. And what I noticed, I was thinking about this list, and like most mob movies, you see like, oh, we need to get that guy. Let's take a hit on him, and then cuts to this guy getting shot in like a spaghetti restaurant. Yeah. Now the Raid is like, we need to take this guy out. Let's put a hit on him, and then it cuts to like a 90-man like fist to fist like brawl. Like it's just epic. In
I've needed to check it out forever. I totally will.
The first one is fantastic, and this just takes place like an hour after. So.
Which is better, the first or the second?
The choreography, the fight scenes, I'd give it a 2, but just like the story itself, The Raid reminds me a lot of Dredd. All right. And I like the plot of original Raid, but Raid 2 just brings in so many insane aspects. All right, cool. Yeah. Lauren!
Number 6 for me was Wild.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Another movie that we've talked about on this show.
Yeah, so let's talk about Wild.
Yeah, well, we can talk about it again. No, I thought Reese Witherspoon was great. Another great story about 2 great women.
She's had a big year.
Yeah, she did. No, between that and Gone Girl.
And co-starring in Inherent Vice, which wasn't like a big role, but it's like she was there.
Yeah. No, she's making a real comeback. Did she get nominated for an Oscar?
Yeah, she's up for Wild.
Good. She deserves it.
Yeah, she deserved it.
She was great, and I would love to see her win, but she's not going to.
No, it's a shame.
Who is the frontrunner again?
The girl from Boyhood.
Right. No, it's a supporting actress. Frontrunner. Oh, it's Julianne Moore for Still Alice.
Oh, right.
Which I haven't seen, but apparently she's very good in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely go see Wild. I think it's out on DVD by now, and it's not.
It should be on demand.
It's playing at the Ritz somewhere.
You gotta power through the plot real quick.
Yeah, sure. So Reese Witherspoon plays a girl whose mom dies. She was very close to her. She goes into a tailspin and drugs, sex, divorces her husband.
Rock and roll.
Right? And so she decides to hike the Pacific Coast Trail. Pacific Coast Trail to find her place. And the movie ends when she reaches the end of the trail. So.
All right.
But then it kind of begs the question, does the movie end? Like, did she really complete the trail,
or is the trail metaphor for life?
Yeah, it was the trail part of her. Are you walking around Pacific Coast Trail? I don't know.
All right, well, we're through the first 5, and we do not have time to take a break, so we're just going to power on through. My number 5 is X-Men Days of Future Past, which I absolutely love. It is...
Did you see it?
I wish I could justify making it my favorite movie of the year. I just can't. I wish I could. I can't justify it to myself though, but I think it's just one of the best superhero movies that has come out in the past 5 years. I think it's better than any superhero movie that's come out since The Dark Knight, personally. It is just so good, and it is the X-Men movie that I've always wanted, and I absolutely love it so much, and I can't wait for the next one.
All right, what's your number 5, Nick?
Whatever. Neither of you have anything to say about X-Men ever.
Anti-X-Men camp?
Oh, yeah.
Why? I don't understand.
Again, I don't understand the X-Men. So moving on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
See, a lot of reason if I like a superhero or not is like nostalgia-based, and I never liked the X-Men.
Whatever.
I just
moving
want
on.
baby X-Men.
Yeah, they're a bunch of just weird outcast nerds. We get it. It's like an analogy for puberty. Move on.
Whatever. Moving on.
Civil rights movement.
Oh, nice. My number 5, a little movie called Wild. Yeah, starring that actress who just got murdered, with something.
What are you talking about?
It's a joke. God. I'll text it to you sometime. Or email.
All right, so Lauren, what's your number 5?
Grand Budapest Hotel.
I love Grand Budapest Hotel. I absolutely love Grand Budapest Hotel.
I really liked it. I thought it was Wes Anderson's best movie yet.
I agree.
When it got nominated for all those Oscars, I was like, what?
I was so pleasantly surprised.
What? And then I was like, no, it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Really, my basis for what is my favorite movies of the year is like, was I happy the whole time I was watching this? Yes, I was. During the Grand Budapest Hotel.
You were happy the whole time you were watching Wild?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just such like a pretty movie that like even if you don't care about the story, it's just like, oh, that's like really aesthetically pleasing shots.
I completely agree though. Grand Budapest is my favorite Wes Anderson movie.
I laughed.
Just give us a set design for that movie.
Really,
like,
really.
It was beautiful.
And I was so happy that it won Best Picture at the Golden Globes. I did not see that coming at all.
It did?
Yeah, it won Best Comedy.
I didn't see the Golden Globes.
It did?
Yes, it did. It beat Birdman.
I thought Birdman won.
No, Grand Budapest won.
Whoa.
Exactly.
What if it wins the Oscar?
That would be amazing if it wins the Oscar.
I would literally not even care if my entire predicted Oscar ballot got shot.
Neither would I. I would just be so happy to see Grand Budapest win Best Picture.
So, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is... Wait, let me pull my list really quick. I'm sorry. My number 4 is Selma. Which I don't think either of you have seen.
No, I haven't seen Selma.
No, I haven't.
It's really good.
I've read the letter from Birmingham jail. So.
It's not about Birmingham, actually.
I thought so.
It's the Martin Luther King movie, and it's all about the march from Selma to Birmingham. And it is so good. I couldn't believe how good it was. David Oyelowo, who played Martin Luther King, was amazing, and it is actually criminal that he's not up for Best Actor. I think he is the one that should be. Of all the actors who got snubbed for Best Actor, he is the one that should be nominated.
Yeah, it's a movie we really wanted to see, but then we started watching Fargo.
Yes, it's true.
The television show, not the movie. But I really still want to see it.
It's been Nick's obsession for the past 2 weeks.
I've been hearing nothing but good things about this Selma, and I really cannot wait to check it out.
I haven't. We have to watch it this week. It's so good.
It's on the burn. It's on the list.
I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, definitely please go see it. It's so good.
I still haven't seen Wizard of Oz yet, so which should I see first?
So you're a little behind.
Like, which should I see of those 2 movies?
Selma.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take Selma.
So what's your number 4?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Nightcrawler.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. Only because there is the second actor. There's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Bill Paxton. Or Rene Russo.
No, there's another actor. His name is what's his name?
Is it Bill Paxton?
Rizwan Ahmed is a British actor, otherwise known as the rapper Riz MC, and he is the co-star. And I just found out one of my favorite musicians is the co-star of one of my favorite movies ever. I cried for 20 minutes.
That's amazing. I had no idea that was him.
Yeah, he's Riz Ahmed. I highly recommend checking out some of his music.
All right.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, my number 4 was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awesome.
I liked it.
Jimmy's face lit up, so I chose the right one.
I did. Made a good choice.
One more week of Lauren.
No,
I'll keep you around for a little longer.
It's actually the only movie poster I've ever hung up in anything I've ever owned in my entire life. They gave out, we went to go see the midnight showing, and I was like, really? We're gonna go see the midnight showing? The stupid movie.
I came home from the beach
with a bunch of
nerds.
See
this movie with you.
Yeah.
I was so excited for this movie, and I came home from my vacation so I could come see this movie with you.
Just a sweaty nerd.
Gave us a beautiful black cutout.
Yeah, I know the poster with the orange neon.
Right,
we have it hanging up in our apartment.
Yeah, I actually liked it so much that I hung it up. So that's how much I like the movie.
Yeah. There you go. It was just a fun start from getting just a fun movie.
It is.
It was just fun. I just like fun movies. Yeah. That's pretty much where we're gonna go from 5 upwards on my list. Was this movie fun? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot.
It was so much fun.
Really good point. What's the first movie poster you've ever hung up in a place that you own?
Oh, well.
The Rocky poster?
Well, actually, yes, the Rocky poster hanging up in my room was not the first one, though. When I used to live in Orland when I was probably 3 years old, we had a poster for Batman and Robin.
Did you hang it up there?
Hanging up in our basement.
No, that you choose to hang up.
No,
I didn't. I feel like I did have. I don't remember.
It was Rocky that you chose.
I imagine it probably was, but I imagine I had some input on hanging up.
It's Rocky.
But I'm saying the worst one though is Batman and Robin starring George Clooney.
That's not the worst one.
We had that. I don't know whatever happened to it, but for years we had it hanging up in my basement in my old house.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nick?
It's embarrassing. It's Fight Club. I bought a Fight Club poster.
Nick, are you a college student?
No. From 7th grade to junior year of high school, I slept under the eyes of Edward Norton and Brad Pitt and a bar of soap. A Fight Club poster.
Wait, that's not true. The first movie poster I hung up in my room was the Harry Potter ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had literally there was a poster of Ron, one of Harry, and one of Hermione, and Ron's eyes would follow you. It was weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I took him down pretty quickly after that.
So that wasn't like Mona Lisa? You really screwed up on that one.
All right, well, my number 3 is the Grand Budapest Hotel, which you've already talked about, which I love. I love it so much.
Wait, guys, get ready for this. My number 3 is Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh my god! All right, well, Lauren, what's your number 2? Oh, no, you're number 3, Abby. What's your number 3? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Grand Budapest Hotel. Come on.
Okay, well, my number 3 was the Grand Budapest Hotel. No, it was Gone Girl, actually.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Which actually was a very fun movie for me.
Oh, God.
What?
Are you literally kidding me? Okay, maybe this is...
We're getting into spoiler territory if you're gonna...
I was laughing so hard the whole time.
Are you a psychopath?
I thought it was literally the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? When I read the book, I was howling the entire time.
May I ask why?
Yeah, seriously.
If anyone hasn't seen
if anyone hasn't seen it, just kind of turn it off for like... We're going to talk about this for like a minute, so Lauren can explain to
it. It's a very dark thriller, like kind of like a revenge fantasy almost.
It was a revenge fantasy. So, spoiler alert for the next minute or so. Lauren, why was it so funny?
Well, it was really funny just in the fact when everything flips over and you find out what she did in the second half. Mm-hmm. Every girl I've given the book to read so far has been like, that was awesome! And then, like, it goes further and you're like, oh God, this is a horrible person. I would never do this, but that first flip over is like, yes!
Yeah, you really are like, when it transitions to the first act and the second act, like, yeah, this girl's killing it.
Yeah, right?
I agree. It was, when I first read that,
like, I never rooted for
it was super awesome when I read it. It was so awesome. And the movie did it really well, too.
Right.
I noticed I've been rooting for the bad guy a lot in films lately. Like, if it's a well-executed bad guy,
just so you know, Lauren, just so you know, my mom just sent me a text saying that she's concerned. So there you go. You can sit on that for a little bit.
Oh no.
My number 2.
Let that sink in.
My number 2 is the Lego Movie, which I absolutely love. I think the Lego Movie is one of the best movies in years.
It was cute.
It was so much fun.
It was cute. I had a good time with it.
I forgot to put that on my list.
Oh, I love the Lego Movie. You didn't want to see it a year ago when I took you to go see it. You were like, Lego Movie? Really? Really?
Just as a point of reference, by the way, I did create a bunk bed couch before that movie. That was something I did in my life. I had a bunk bed couch in my room.
I saw the Lego Movie about 3 times in theaters.
Was it still awesome?
It was still awesome. It's still awesome. I watched it on TV a couple months ago. It's
something
still
I really
awesome.
like about the animation of that movie in particular. Like, when things are being built, is like the noises of the Legos and all the bricks coming in. It was a very well animated movie.
And I think it's amazing that they made an hour-and-a-half long movie about Legos and it didn't feel like a commercial for Legos.
It felt like a commercial.
It felt like
it
didn't though.
It was a
commercial.
It was a commercial.
It was a commercial.
Whatever.
I had a lot of commercial appeal.
I love the Lego Movie.
Hey!
I love the Lego Movie, and
I enjoyed it.
I would tell you to go see it, but everyone's already seen it.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
What's your number 2?
Number 2?
Yep.
My number 2 was a little film called Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Oh. I absolutely love Birdman.
Yes, Birdman was a fantastic movie starring
Michael Keaton and Edward Norton and Emma Stone and Zach Galifianakis and Naomi Watts.
Yes, it was a fantastic movie just about the crippling, sad life of an ex-Hollywood elite who's trying to still make it big by doing Broadway.
You still have to see it.
There's a really cool theme about movies this year. It's the power of journalism and like the media.
Yeah, that has been like the theme of the fall of 2014 between Nightcrawler and between
just a lot of media manipulation
and Mockingjay. Mm-hmm. And there was a TV show too that did it too. I can't remember.
Fargo?
No, it wasn't Fargo.
Fargo?
Wasn't Fargo.
Kokomo was about media manipulation.
Gone Girl 2.
Yeah. The Nancy Grace caricature.
Yeah.
I mean, God, all you have to do is turn on the TV and realize why, though.
Exactly. But I absolutely love Birdman. I think Birdman is one of the best movies of the past 5 years.
It was I would say it's one of the best, but it's not my favorite.
I think it would be absolutely criminal if Birdman does not win Best Picture this year.
Yeah, Birdman was a movie for the record book, and I found out someone I know did not like this movie, or they didn't really get it, and I cut them out of my life. I thought, you're not worth having
that makes
as a
sense,
friend.
Honestly, I believe that.
It was actually my dad.
God.
I'm done. I have phone calls in 3 weeks. Told me you didn't like it. I was like, well, you're... Changed you from Dad to Sean.
My mom was very concerned about it. Like, not concerned, very confused by it. Mm-hmm. She liked it. She came around and decided that she liked it.
Some of the ending is a little dreamy.
But when she first saw it, she's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that movie. We're not going to go into spoilers because you haven't seen it. Yeah, we're going to go see it next week.
I'm convinced at how I know it ends, though.
George Clooney in a Batman costume shows up and they fight.
So, Lauren, what was your number 2?
All right, maybe I can redeem myself from my Gone Girl foray.
I saw this movie, Glorious Bastards. It was hilarious. Which part? Which part was funny, Lauren?
Oh.
All of the parts.
Not all the parts were funny. It was just the... whatever. My number 2 was Big Hero 6.
I love Big Hero 6. I wanted to put it on my top 10, and I wanted to put what I know is your number 1 on my top 10. I couldn't do it. I really, really wanted to. I would have done an honorable mention, but I knew they were going to be on your list, so I figured I'd just wait
Jimmy
until
does this cute thing that he just really agrees passionately with Lauren.
Because I love Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is so much fun.
I constantly remind Lauren that he agrees with her. And at the highest vocal register.
Did you see Big Hero 6?
I actually have not seen Big Hero 6.
Oh, you should. It's so much
really
fun.
I'll get around to it. I will.
It was really
I just
cute.
gotta babysit somebody, and then boom.
I like it better than Frozen.
Or you can be 2 20-year-old adults going to go see it at the Philadelphia Film Festival. That is another option.
That is what we did.
No, it was really cute. I thought Baymax was adorable. We talked about it on here.
Yeah, we did. We went during our film festival weekend.
Yeah, it was cute. You know,
yeah, I've heard nothing but great things.
Kid's brother dies. Kid's brother invents this robot. They go and try and figure out why the kid's brother died with the kid's brother's friends and the kid's brother's robot and the kid.
Yeah.
And there's like a cool little handshake that I hear. God, I'm stuck in between these two. The Lord could strike me down with a lightning bolt right now. So happy.
All right, well, moving on to the big reveal of my number 1 movie of 2014.
Can I guess it?
This will come as no surprise to anyone.
Wait, what do you think it is?
What do you think it is?
I was gonna say Birdman.
It's Birdman. Birdman is my number 1 movie of 2014.
I didn't get a guess.
What were you gonna guess?
Oh, I
You
thought...
seem so surprised.
Wait, what did you say was your number 2?
My number 2 was the Lego Movie.
Oh, I thought your number 1... I thought your number 2 was Birdman, so that's why I was
no. Nick's number 2 was Birdman.
Right, okay.
My number 1 was Birdman. We already talked about it like a minute ago.
A
but
little more fun facts about
I love Birdman so much.
Let's mention how the score of that movie was fantastic.
Right, and it's absolutely criminal that it's not up for best original score at the Oscars.
It was just drums, right?
Yeah.
It was just one kid.
I don't know why, but the Oscars this year, like, there were so many good scores this year.
That didn't get nominated.
Like, I'm such a music nerd.
Well,
I'm like such a movie music
didn't
nerd.
Get nominated
I know.
For Gone Girl.
Like,
I was pretty surprised about that.
I think between the Gone Girl score and between the Birdman score and between the How to Train Your Dragon 2 score,
that was great.
Which is so good, and I think it's completely underrated, and I love it, and I have it, and I listen to it when I walk to class. Whatever.
So what? You can pretend you're flying on the back of a dragon on your way to
The music is awesome. It's so good.
If you ever see a guy running around campus with his arms spread out, making whooshing noises,
the music is so good, and if we had it in the system, I would play it. I would use it to play us out when we're done the show today. But I think
I call dibs on that song.
But I think the Oscars chose the most boring scores to be nominated this year.
They nominated the same guy twice.
Yeah, Alexander Desplat.
Isn't that a little excessive?
And he's good, but I mean, why nominate him twice? Especially when the Theory of Everything score won at the Golden Globes, and like I have plenty of issues with the Theory of Everything, but I think the one thing that is just objectively true about it is that the score was boring. It was just like bland biopic score that we've all heard a million times.
Is it biopic or biopic?
I always thought it was biopic.
I thought it was biopic, like a biography picture.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, you're the film major.
I don't know. But yes, Birdman. I love Birdman. I love the score of Birdman. I love the acting. I love the writing. I love the cinematography. I love everything about it. And I think it is my favorite movie of the past probably 5 years.
Really? Not the Facebook movie?
Not the face. Oh, I think since the Facebook movie in the past 5 years.
Uh-huh.
The Facebook.
I think it is the best movie. I think it is the best movie since The Social Network.
Oh, that one. Right.
The Anti-Social Network.
Yeah.
All right, so Nick.
Wait, what do you think Nick's is?
I actually don't know.
Is it Seventh Son?
No, we haven't seen Seventh Son.
But we will. My favorite movie this year, actually I just saw it recently, and it's just been stuck in my mind, so I went and rewatched it. It's a film called Frank, and it's on Netflix right now, and it's also a Netflix pick of the week. It is starring Michael Fassbender and Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it just plays like this guy thrust into a band and has some really interesting like commentary on the nature of like creating like art and stuff. And
I didn't realize you liked it so much. I know you just saw it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw it again and again. It's a really good movie.
I've definitely been meaning to check it out. I've heard nothing but good things.
It's also based off this character called Frank Featherbottom, who is like this eclectic musician comedian in England, and it's fantastic. It's on Netflix, and I highly recommend everyone to please see it. It's like plays this weird composite character like Captain Beefheart and Daniel Johnston, and it's really interesting.
Awesome. So, Lauren, moving on. The final person.
What do you think it is?
I know what it is. I can't say. What do you think it is?
I'm going to say the Arthur After School special.
What the heck?
How to Train Your Dragon 2 in 3D.
Okay, that's what it is.
Oh, is it really? That wasn't even a shot. That was a good movie from right here.
I love How to Train Your Dragon 2. How to Train Your Dragon 2, I think, is the second best animated movie to come out of this year. And I am so happy, even though the Lego Movie is a better movie, in my opinion, I was really happy to see it win at the Golden Globes. Because I think it's such a good movie just on its own. It's such a good movie, and it deserves more recognition than it's gotten. And I'm glad, and as criminal as it is that the Lego Movie is not nominated for an Oscar, I'm really glad that it's now probably going to go to How to Train Your Dragon 2, because I think it deserves an Oscar, because the first one didn't get one, and the first one deserved one, and the first one just had the misfortune of coming out the same year as Toy Story 3. Because I love the first one. I think the second one's even better.
Toothless is my favorite.
Nick, have you seen it?
No, I haven't actually.
It's so good.
You gotta go see it now.
Nick, you gotta step up your children's movie game. You gotta.
Sorry, I watch art house films that are usually in black and white with subtitles.
I would just like to say, even though my number 3 movie of the year was Gone Girl, my top 2 were in fact children's movies. So I think maybe that might redeem myself.
And 2 children's movies for you.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Well, wait. Real quick, without comments, what was your least favorite? Oh, I know your least favorite.
It's Kimiko. Oh, actually, no, that's not. It's true. Kimiko's in my top 5.
That's not fair.
Least favorite of the year.
You're just trying to hurt me.
No, I'm not. I really hated Kimiko. But
I hate you.
Just really quickly,
I
think
so much.
The worst movies I saw this year were Transformers 4, which we walked out of, which we couldn't even finish.
Did we really walk out?
We did walk out of it.
We did walk out of that.
Jersey Boys, which I hated.
When did Transformers come out?
That was July, I think.
And we did walk.
We walked out of it. We got free
this summer.
It was this past summer, and we got free tickets to it, and we walked out of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we were going to go see it because it was funny. And
yeah, because we thought we could just go and make fun of it.
Yeah, but it wasn't even funny to make fun of it. Yeah.
The worst thing is I heard that was the best in the franchise so far.
Really? I don't know about that.
I've met people who actually really like 1 and 2. I've seen 1
I genuinely like 1.
But I don't like 2.
I don't like 2. 3 was fine. Like, I kind of, like, had to see it because, like, a bunch of my friends were going to see it. And I was like, I'll see it.
You need better friends.
I know. This was, like, 5 years ago. But, it was fine. 3 was fine. It was fun. And 1 was, I think, 1 is a genuinely fun, decent movie.
Yeah, I saw 1. I thought 1 was good. Yeah.
It's like a fun popcorn movie.
Yeah, it was a big summer blockbuster movie.
But, like, the movies that, like, hurt me this year were Jersey Boys, which I love Jersey Boys the show, and the movie was just so bland and boring and awful. And the movie that I hated so much was The Theory of Everything. I absolutely hated The Theory of Everything. I think it was only an hour and a half long. It felt like it was about 6 hours long. It was so bad. It was so boring. The costumes were nice. The costumes were nice.
Hey, he was great.
He was fine. He was fine.
Oh, come on.
He was fine.
That scene at the end where he unfurls his crippled body and stands up and walks down the stage was amazing, and don't you deny it.
That was a very well-worded sentence.
You're absolutely... You are absolutely entitled.
Unfurls his crippled body. That's lovely.
You're absolutely entitled to Theory of Everything being a movie that you like. I personally did not care for it. I dragged you to Whiplash. You dragged me to Theory of Everything. We're even.
Now,
yeah, least favorite movie of 2014, Whiplash. The end.
My least favorites, 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Did you see it? You saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Actually come out?
Yeah, it came out in August.
I had a rough time.
Why did you do that to yourself?
I don't know. It was just like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I still don't know how to, like, come back from that.
Anything else?
I had a second one, but I forgot it. But I can just riff on why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is bad.
No, that's fine. I think that about
the Turtles were just super
I don't think you really need to explain it.
Yeah, it was,
no, I think it speaks for itself.
It's like making a kids movie doesn't even have to make a bad movie. It's like
I agree.
For kids.
Exactly,
which is why
evidenced by my top 2 movies.
Which is why you should go see How to Train Your Dragon 2, which is an excellent movie.
So cute. If I ever got a pet, I would get Toothless.
Is that really
all right? Well, I think that about wraps us up for this week.
On that note,
thank you for joining us this year in 2014. Thank you for all 10 of our listeners. Spider-Man 2. I like Spider-Man 2.
I hated that movie so much.
Spider-Man 2 is a movie that I acknowledge is not a good movie, but it's a movie that I like.
Oh, it was a garbage trash film.
I think it is a bad movie, but it is a bad movie that I enjoy.
All right, play us out, Maestro.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening to us this year.
Bye.
We will catch you next week on Real Talk.
Seasons change. Did they still hearing us right now?
Yeah.
Dang.